moving on to our next topic. Um, should you move in with your soon to be or your fiance or your
Ooh.
long-term girlfriend before marriage? Now, we have Mr. What is it? Shark Tank himself, Kevin O'Leary, put out a
Mhm.
video. And this is his opinion on whether or not you should move in before you marry.
I love this
Interesting.
topic. Go ahead.
To the whole deal. Get married. I don't care who the other significant is. You've got to really build something together, make a commitment, and then fight to keep it. Of course, you're going to have tough times. And it's easy if you've just moved in together to just walk away. But if you're married, that's much tougher. That's why marriage works all around the world. Not so easy to get out of, and it makes you fight to stay together. Think about that. Thank goodness you know me.
Thank goodness you know me. Okay.
Throwing darts at the board.
So Kevin's saying that we should get married first before we move in. Do you think moving in before you get married hurts the relationship?
No, that's why I'm gonna push back on Kevin slightly. Slightly. I feel that cohabitating allows me to know who you are, you know, because listen, I might be shaving over the sink or something. I might not wipe it out good. But if you don't know that and we get married and then all of a sudden that's a complaint, like it's a real problem, baby, I'm gonna need you to know these type of things when we are dating and cohabitating. Like I'm not saying first year we're gonna move in together. I'm saying like if we got a nice, good, steady relationship and it's working after
Mm.
4 or 5 years and we decide to, get a little now rent. I'm not saying sign no more, sign that type of paper. You can get out of a lease, but I feel like we need to cohabitate first and understand each other because man, you just don't understand people's habits until you really live with them. And I felt like that really helped out me and my wife is to understand each other better because we live together. I mean, now the Bible says that's somewhat sin, but I feel like
Well, it's not really clear.
it's not
It
good. It's vague.
it's
It's
not
vague.
it's nothing that strictly says you can't live together, but it does
Right,
say sex before marriage is a
right,
sin.
right. That is a sin. That is a sin. Correct. But I will say that us living together first helped us understand each other, and we was able to those little things, those little nagging things, we was able to kind of understand each other and we was able to get over it. We was able to have those conversations early in our relationship before we got married. I think that's what hurts people when they do get married because they can't have those conversations yet because they're not cohabitating. So to
Cohabitating.
me, cohabitating is the ultimate way because you learn more about somebody when you live with them than not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Iceberg Slim says other cultures have the blueprint to build functional families, healthy communities,
100%.
and long-term wealth.
Pay attention.
Um,
If people paying attention,
so if
Iceberg
you
is
move
right.
in together, do you think, like Kevin suggested, that alters or changes your commitment
No,
to
because you
this person?
it could depend again, depending on the individual. But I feel like it forces you to make tough choices. If you really, really want to be with that person, can you deal with that? Man, this dude be leaving hair in the sink sometimes, or she be having clutter sometimes. Are you willing to deal with that long term? Because I feel like that puts more of a it's more of a challenge. Those are opportunities to where you can decide, okay, is she the one or is he the one? If we can work those things out, it's going to make marriage to me simpler. Not saying easy,
Mhm.
simpler. It's going to make it more functional because we already know how to have those tough conversations that a lot of marriages fail when they don't have them.
So if you know she's the one, does it matter whether she plucks and boogers into the sink or you know shaves her legs in the sink if she's
I
the one?
I mean, if she's the one, I'm good with that. But what I'm saying is some people aren't though, and some people have to get over that. And it's whether they're willing to work, like your boy said, like to get over it, because it's hard. Like relationships are hard. I'm not. I mean, marriage is one thing, but relationships are hard too. It can be a relationship with your homie, it can be a relationship with your homegirl, or relationship at work. Those relationships take work, period. But I
Period.
feel like if we're talking about we want to spend our everyday together, I need to be able to cohabitate with you first. Because again, I'm gonna learn about your financial habits. I'm gonna learn about like what makes you tick, what don't. Like how far are you willing to go? Are you gonna be like Shorty when she was like, I ain't paying none of my man's bills. I'm pocketing my check. You gonna be like her? Like there's
So
a
that
lot
was
of things you gonna find out when you cohabitate with somebody.
that's my next
Lot.
question. So when you move in together, do you split everything 50-50, like as if y'all were roommates?
That's a great question because I think it works differently
Mm.
for different people. Now, I propose doing it that way just to see who can manage. And then if somebody over expends or if they over exceed that threshold, you gonna give them a couple of dollars or two. I feel like those are like some of the best learning experiences though that you can have as a couple is really understanding how to balance that budget. Because when you single, you know how to balance your own budget. You know what that bank account looks like when it goes in the negative. You know how long you got until your bank is like, nah, we ain't paying for this next one that come out. You already 300 under. Some people bring those same habits into relationships.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's so many things that again you're going to learn about somebody because if you dating somebody and y'all not living together, you may not know homie's bank account is negative 400. You may not know that. He might have a BMW. You think everything is good. He's paying for dinner, but deep down, he's checking his account every single time that card swipes to see if he got to pull out another one. You know what I'm saying? So a female can be doing the same exact thing. So I feel like, in my personal opinion, these are conversations that you do have to have, and these are lessons that you learn quickly when you cohabitate with somebody.
Free
Because you
said
got to
it
learn to
also
share. You got to learn to share.
mm, that part. That part. Free says it also depends on when you meet. Where I am now, I have my own place. She has hers, and we spend time at one another's place to see how we operate in our own spaces. It
That's
gives
dope too.
insight to how you really are without having to live with one another.
And see, I'm glad that he put live in quotes, in air quotes, because what Free is saying is not cohabitating is working. And he's learning from that angle too. Because I agree. Because I've been in situations like that before too. Like where, one weekend you at my spot, next weekend I'm at your spot, you know. So you can't always keep them socks in the living room floor. You got to put them joints up. You know what I'm saying? So it does teach you in ways to make sure you stand on point because you don't want your girl to come through and think you living like a true bachelor. Like you don't give a damn about like anything. Pizza box on the floor.
But don't y'all?
2 liter empty 2 liter bottle. You don't want that. So I do agree with Free though. I mean, there is no one way to skin a cat. So I don't want to make it seem like that you have to live with somebody. You do not. I'm just saying, for me, I need to be able to learn if we can have that next life together because I still feel like at the end of the day, that his and her closet be a little bit different when you living together and she got the whole damn closet and you got one sock drawer that you got to put
I
everything in.
mean,
You know what I mean? Like
we gotta look fly. I mean, isn't that part of what y'all like about us is the visuals? I mean,
that's
we
what
gotta
I'm saying.
maintain.
How much are you willing to give up of your closet? Can I put my Timberland boots in there, even though you got a whole bunch of Prada boots in there? I don't want to keep my boots in the garage or sit them outside on the porch. I need to be clean too. So these are things that couples have to work out, and those are little things, but those are things that matter for a lot of people. Because basically, what you're saying, Les, I can't just give up my closet space. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna let
I
your
can
button
share,
up. You got a
but how
raggedy
much?
button
Eh,
up, and I'm not letting it in this closet at all. Them
not that
dusty
city red
jeans.
bottoms.
Remember we talked about them jeans? You've been gaining weight, and them jeans a little tight in the thighs, and you still got it in my closet, knowing you can't
I
wear
mean,
them. You got them in here for motivation, thinking you're gonna get in them jeans again. Look, yeah,
I Spike Slim said he is keeping it 100 with Shorty because there's gonna be some dirty dishes in the sink.
Iceberg's like, look, I spent a lot of time making that broccoli and cheese. These dishes gonna have to sit in the sink for a couple of days. Don't come up in here judging me off that. I put that work in. You ate them. You ate that broccoli and cheese too. It was good. So don't be judging me.
Oh man. Free said, you know what? You have to consider that most people don't. Can you handle each other's
Boom.
boring? It's all
Mm,
fun and exciting dating and going out, but just being at home and truly knowing how to enjoy one another is a task for people
facts.
because all they know is the fun you.
Facts. Facts.
Facts.
Free. I'll give you a perfect example of that too. I remember like when me and my wife first started dating, I took her to the movies to go see Lord of the Rings with me. She was asleep within the first 5 minutes. I knew she didn't want to go, but she went anyway. She was a trooper. That
We
movie
just
was like
wanted
three
to be
hours, three and a
in your
half hours long.
presence.
But that was that boring part. There was a nerd, like she embraced the nerd side. So she already won off like the second date. I'm like, oh, you gonna go see Lord of the Rings with me? She said, yeah, I'll go. I really, but she did say I ain't really feeling it, but I'll go. She sat in there. I mean, I seen her like moving around a lot, like, she didn't know what was going on, didn't know none of the character, nothing. She was just
That's how I
in
feel
there.
about that WWE. Ooh, like, what is this?
Man, somebody get their leg drop on them. That's what that is, an elbow to the chest.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, how nice. Not entertaining for me,
You do
but
gotta know your audience. I fumbled though. I ain't gonna lie, because I knew she didn't want to go see that, but I was like, "Nah, girl, you going?" And she hung in there. You know what I'm saying? She would have rather seen Poetic Justice, and I took her to go see Lord of the Rings. Like I technically fumbled on that, but what I'm saying
I
is like
mean,
to Free's
it's
point,
all about
she embraced my boring. You know.
spending time. Sometimes we just want to be in y'all presence. We ain't have to do a
Hmm.
whole lot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
before we move on to the next topic, what lessons did you learn by moving in before y'all got married?
A lot of the lessons, I think that Free had just kind of like talked about eloquently when he stated that you do learn habits as well when you spend time at somebody's crib. You know, and Iceberg said the same thing. Like you expect a dirty dish or two in that sink. You know what I'm saying? So if you decide to move in with me, that's not going to change. You know what I'm saying? You might expect them clothes to pile up a little bit. If you look at my laundry room, you expect it to pile up a little bit. Like men are gonna do things what men do. It's just kind of like what we do. We not always squeaky clean. I think any man would admit that. Like we'll do the bare minimum to make sure everything look good, and it's what I'm saying. Especially when we live alone, it's like it's just me. Like I don't care if I got a hole in my sock. I'm like I'm good. I'm just chilling. I'm playing this video game. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But those are the type of things that when you come to my crib, you're gonna have to accept, similar to Iceberg with the dirty dishes. You know what I'm saying? My closet is I'm not gonna have a pantry full of Mrs. Dash and all kinds of
Mhm.
what's the king? What's homie's name?
Spice King.
Spice King. I ain't gonna have Spice King in there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Love Spice King.
Maurice. It's gonna be some Lowry's in there. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
Lowry's
So
and pepper.
it's gonna be that and pepper and salt. There's gonna be some ramen noodle packs, all that type of stuff. So you have to understand, like, yes, I can cook when I need to cook, but if it's just me and I need something quick, I'm not about to make no steak and shrimp. I'm just me. I'm just not, you know. So
I
don't come over here expecting like a big ass meal because it just ain't gonna take place. So those are the type of things that you can learn because some women might come to my spot and think, oh, I know he's gonna have a meal prepared for me. And then you're gonna come over and be all the way disappointed because it's gonna be some DoorDash. It's gonna be prepared, but DoorDash is gonna bring it Olive Garden through. Or we gonna roll to Olive Garden, one or two. You know, get your
just roll.
breadstick,
Don't try to pretend. Just roll.
but
Just
that
roll.
breadstick is not gonna be homemade. That breadstick is gonna be made by somebody else's. The Lord is gonna bless somebody else's hands to prepare them breadsticks.
Hey, but them breadsticks be on point though.
They do
I have
be
to
on
tell them,
point.
hey, one basket minimum. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, Free said when she like, I'm gonna drop by, and she 5 minutes out.
Facts.
We
100, because you ain't got
do like
nothing.
to do that because we
Bed
trying to
don't be
see how
made.
y'all living.
You know what I'm saying? Man, I hate that drop by. Hey, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm just leaving the grocery store. Okay, come on through. I'm over here sweating, trying to get stuff together. Bed ain't made, ain't nothing done. You know what I'm saying? It's like iceberg dishes in the sink. I'm trying to drop them all in the dishwasher.
I mean, how you think we feel when y'all be like, "Hey, I want to head on over." Dang, gotta shave. Hurry up and fix his hair, brush my teeth.
Well, yeah, that's true. I guess it's like that for both sides. You know,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
Cause y'all be trying to
whatever.
sweep everything in that closet too. Closet
Oh,
door don't never don't
closet and
never
underneath
open
the
for
bed.
nobody.
Underneath the
Closet
bed's a good one too.
closet door don't be open for no. You clean the bathroom. You clean the bathroom in your bedroom. You'll clean, you know what I'm saying, the bathroom in the hallway. But everything's gonna be swept right in that closet. Door gonna be shut.
Done.
Free says she could tell when she get there.
She can tell. We can tell.
Free-
Whatever platform you're on, please make sure you hit that like button.
like and
If you're on
subscribe.
YouTube, please, please, please help the platform so we can spread the word, share our knowledge and wisdom to folks, and subscribe if you are on Facebook or Twitter. See if you can
Yes,
hop on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button as well. It is a free way to support the channel. We appreciate all the love that you all have given